All right, thank you so much, Max. So we're just more than 9 weeks since New Year's Day, and politics have brought sweeping changes to Memphis and other parts of the county here in Shelby County. Joining us here this morning, we are checking in with the heads of the Shelby County and Republican Democratic Party. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. And I was saying to you that, I'd covered wrestling once, and behind the scenes, the wrestlers were talking. I was like, what's going on? And here, you guys are all civil. What's that about?
We'll try to keep it entertaining. No body slams today.
Okay, no body slams. All right, so Willie, there's a reorganization that's on the way.
Yes.
Tell us about how you're leading the Democratic Party forward.
Well, what we're trying to do is to make sure that there are a lot of hurting people out here with all the things that are going on from the standpoint of tariffs and deportation, mass deportations, people losing their jobs, food prices are off the charts. I mean, we're basically trying to galvanize a group of people to go around and just hear what the people have to say about it. And one of the things the Democratic Party plans to do is put together initiatives that speak to those issues that affect the everyday Memphian and person from Shelby County. I think one of the biggest things that we're up against is there's constant legislation every day. There's something different, and people are looking for a response right away. But the response sometimes has to be calculated rather than just scatterplotted so it can be effective. So we're putting together groups to be able to address those things.
Okay, and Worth, you're a newly elected Republican Party chair. You're a red spot in a red state in a blue spot, within a blue spot. Tell me how you plan to move the Republican Party forward here.
There are layers within layers.
I know.
But I'd say we're going to fight like people hadn't seen before on the local level. We are the local party, and we're going to be addressing local issues. And of course, we're going to stand up for the conservative ideals that we believe in. But I think people are going to be surprised that there are issues that they agree with us on across the board that we're going to be fighting on. And that's going to be going against and standing up against local cronyism, corruption, incompetence, and general laziness from a lot of the elected leadership that you're seeing in Memphis and Shelby County right now. So we're going to be fighting on that.
Do you think you guys can get along on these things? Because there's so much happening on the national level, and then, it's just trickling down locally.
Well, I mean, if we can get away from, if we can move back to truth, then we could work together. I think a lot of things we have some untruths. A lot of things are based around we're going to throw something to the wall and see if it sticks, and that kind of mentality is not going to help anybody. I mean.
And what were you going to say?
Well, luckily, I hope we can all agree on that. We don't want people in office that are more interested in serving themselves than serving others.
You had some concerns about the grants, the city's grants. You're a longtime council member.
Yeah, for a decade, I've been one of the biggest opponents of the city council and the county commission grant programs. And that's essentially where they are giving away your tax dollars, your money that is collected from your property taxes, your sales taxes, to the charities of their choice. And they're not contracts. It's not like you're asking a nonprofit to clean up city parks and here's the money in order to do so. These are council members and county commissioners just donating money to their favorite charities, your money, and taking all the credit for it.
So then how, as the Republican Party chair, do you step in there? I'd
say that is an easy thing to point to in terms of waste and improper use of government funds. And so I think that's a principle of ours. I'd hope it's a principle of the Democrat Party too, but if not, we'll stand up and tell local politicians that this isn't right, this isn't a proper expenditure. You either give the money back to the people so they can donate it to the favorite charities of their choice, or spend it on the assets and the services that we're having that are underfunded now.
So, Willie, can you just talk about how and what people can do, if they feel that they have no say right now because all this legislation is changing? Can you speak to that?
Well, there are a variety of ways that you can address it. Number one is just become involved with your party. Start talking to your elected official. I think the big misnomer is people feel like they don't have access to the people that they've actually elected. Working with your party to make sure that all of your needs are being met, all of your voices are being heard. That's the most important piece. Now, I know Worth just mentioned oversight for these grants and that kind of thing. We're seeing on the national level that there is no oversight.
So you agree with eliminating the grants? Or?
What I agree with is making sure that they're appropriately handled. And what I also agree with is before we start passing judgment on just incidents, that we do effective investigation on where these things are going and how they're being run. And of course, everybody wants to be lean. I have a background in Lean Six Sigma, and the one thing we talk about is waste. But I think what we need to talk about more is to make sure that we practice what we preach, because we're doing stuff at a national level that is not lean and it doesn't make sense.
All right, we have about 30 seconds left. If you could each speak to, Worth, you were on the council and you created an ordinance to end CLRB, the oversight, the civilian law oversight. And you wanted to, just wondering now what you feel about the mayor's reform
And it was because CLRB had a job to do that they weren't doing. So it wasn't necessarily to eliminate them, but it was to have the city council take over their responsibilities and get the job done. And they weren't set up for success. That was the dirty little secret, that it was part of kind of political theater. And I'm afraid that the police task force that Mayor Young has put in place now is still a part of that same political theater. He's the mayor. He doesn't need a task force in order to enact change. He needs to make a decision.
Willie, what are your thoughts? I mean, does the police department need oversight from the citizens?
Well, I believe what the police need is they need to interact with the community. And whatever means that the mayor chose, I think that's appropriate action to move forward. I think that once we start having meaningful conversations between the public and our policing, I think the whole relationship will be a lot better.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you coming together from both parties. Did you have one more thing you want to say?
No.
Okay.
Well, always.
You were just saying.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll come back another time.
Well, that's it. All right. So we hope that you will come back. We really appreciate you, just bringing it all together. All right. Coming up, make sure to pull out your cell phone. We are about to put up a QR code for you to vote. Okay, so the CBS News price tracker is showing that groceries are at an all-time high since the pandemic in 2019. So we want to know how you are stretching your dollars. Many shoppers are getting more strategic about how they buy their food. So we want to know this question. What is your go-to strategy to save on groceries? Here are the two options that we have for you. Which one do you find that you do more? Do you shop at multiple stores for the best deals, or do you buy in bulk to stock up and save? It looks like right now it's half and half, 50-50. So you can just scan that QR code, hover your phone over the screen. That QR code will send a yellow bar to the bottom of your phone. Click on that and then you can vote. We're going to check the results midway through the show, and before the show is over, we will reveal the final tally. Coming up, 30 years of impact. The Women's Foundation for a Greater Memphis hits their milestone in their mission to help break the cycle of poverty, and they're showing us a special way to support the cause with style.